Hi everyone, Tom Lowe here again with the Free Flight Experience video tutorial. A few people have asked a little about how does one get yourself centered properly on the control bar, on the control frame in the simulator. I thought I would do a quick video run through of how that is supposed to work just from the beginning, taking it from the top. So let me start by putting on the headset, the Oculus Quest 2, and you'll get to see exactly what I'm seeing here in VR. First thing I'm going to do here is go ahead and let me go ahead and start the video game. I know, actually, before I do anything at all, I'm going to go ahead and recenter my position in this view by pressing the Oculus shaped button on the right controller and holding it down. It basically will recenter your view so that whichever way you're facing is the new perfect zero configuration. You can look straight down, you can see a cross on the floor, which is showing you exactly which way is aligned forward. Okay, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and run the game again. And first scene, now that I'm perfectly centered, is going to take me, and I will be, oh look at this, I'm pointing off in some random direction. So what I want to do now is again press this Oculus button down here, and when I press it, it takes me to this view, and I can say reset the view. I'm going to stand up as straight as I can. I want my back to be very straight. I want my head to be as high as it ever is going to be when I'm sitting in a chair, and I'm going to hit the reset button like that, and now I'm perfectly in front of this menu. I'm going to go ahead and agree. Next, we're going to be into the game, and we're going to be being put at the cafe menu. Here we are at the cafe. Again, we're straight in front of the video screen because I just recentered our position. I'm going to go to the Fort Funston hang gliding site. Okay, here we are. I'm going to press the joystick in to freeze the countdown. And in this configuration, if I put myself back behind the glider by pressing, what is it, the X button on the left controller, you'll see that I'm prone. If I stand up, you'll see the pilot goes into a standing configuration for landing or takeoff. When I sit back down, the pilot goes prone again. All right? If I were to stand up, and then at this point, let me go back up a little bit here so you can actually see me in the video picture. Okay. At this point, if I press the right joystick in, I'm going to launch, and you can see how my arm movements are corresponding to control movements of the glider. Now, I'm going to pause for a moment. I'm going to go ahead and pull my chair back. And now as I sit down, I've gone prone, as you can see here in the glider. And now we're flying in a prone configuration. And I typically like to lean forward like this a little bit, because now my body is a little more in a prone position. And you can get a sense for how my arm movements directly control the motion of the pilot and give me the kind of control that I have in a real hang glider. Setting up for an approach now. What I'm going to do is come around here into the wind, looking for a gap in the people, in the pedestrians. Diving for a little extra speed. My VG is all the way off. I'm going to prepare to go upright here in a moment. And then I flare like this. And I'm down. So I hope that helps. If you find that your legs are hanging out of your harness, in other words, you're flying around and you're always like this, it's probably because you were too low when you re-zeroed your position. So every time I click this button, it re-centers me. And notice right now my feet are hanging out a little bit. If I sit a little straighter up and hit the button, now when I'm just comfortably sitting in the chair like this and not bolt upright, I'll stay prone. Each time I press the button, it just gives me a little bit of a boost, and I'm able to jump back into the air a little bit farther. So right now, I have pilot body yaw enabled. So what that means is if I push with one hand and pull with the other, I'm able to twist my pilot's body. Whereas if I just move my hands left and right, it moves just my shoulders. In other words, if I just swing my arms around, it doesn't really do anything in terms of control input. So a good control movement is a combination of a shift and a push with one hand to really get the hang strap angle to change. Okay, I'm going to stand up a little early this time, get a little extra drag. All right. So I hope that that helps a few of you that are having a little bit of trouble figuring out how the standing up and sitting down influences your pilot drag and how you actually control the glider inputs. Thanks a lot.